been a while. Feels good to be back on YouTube. I usually hop on and I got jokes, stories, or whatever. I got a story today, but it's a little different than the usual stories. This is the story of how I gave up on my dreams, gave up on my goals, before I even really got started with them. Y'all know I like my nerf shit. And for a while, it's kind of been an important thing to me to just every once in a while sit down, crack a blaster open, change one or two things inside, make it shoot a little harder. And this is and I'll start with, when I was 19, I said, it's time to grow up. Stop with the games, quote unquote. No one's gonna take a Nerf YouTuber seriously. Everyone around me, no one rocks with that. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. What I told myself at 19. Even though for the better half of cool 10 years being a teen, I just used to sit here and watch airsofters, paintballers, go out do their thing, cool ass YouTube videos. Used to sit and watch Coop, Wacom, Drake. But when I got in college, I said, no one's gonna take it seriously. And I didn't know it at the time, but that would be the start of this wicked mental health spiral. Because I'm going to tell you what happens when you give up on your goals. You slowly start to lose your sense of self. You stop being a person. And you start becoming a tool. And when you're a tool, you're just whatever the world needs you to be at the time. It's as they say, you don't stand for anything, you fall for everything. And I fell hard. I got some notes to keep me on track, but for the most part, I just wanted it to be like a conversation. Because I feel like someone somewhere needs to hear this video so they don't make the mistakes that I just made for the past 5 years. Not being myself. And since I got this apartment, it's a few other things. I had to change my mindset I do this whole thing when I was staying with my parents. I say bullshit like, "Oh, it's not my fault that this happened. The phone was crappy. The phone died." Or I say some bullshit like, "Oh, I couldn't make the ride. The meeting was going on too long. They should have shut the meeting down." It was like nothing was my fault as a kid or a teenager. And when I got in here and I said, I keep blaming shit. I started blaming inanimate fucking objects. Like the object only does what you want it to do. So when I got into the apartment, I said, from now on, everything is my fault. All of it. You missed the bus. Well, that's your fault. You should have left earlier, man. You got a bonus at work. Oh yeah, that's your fault. You working too hard. Working too hard again. Goddamn. You know, it's all my fault. One way or another. No matter how I go back and look at all this old shit that I used to think about, it's all my fault. Cause there's plenty of people along the way of this story that I'm kind of thinking about. And then of course they kicked me while I was down, but I can't blame them because I was down because I was putting myself further down by not doing the things I believed in. So it's my fault. And how could I know what the relationship was supposed to be if I wasn't being myself to begin with? So the story starts in college. And the first thing I noticed about giving up on my goals was that my music just slowly started to sound ass. Art imitates life and life imitates art. If you force your art to imitate more art, then you're putting yourself in the business of diminishing returns. You gotta be by doing. It's kind of hard to make a song about music. That's what I didn't realize at the time. A lot of my songs were based on shit like designing a helmet, making a helmet cooler, going in, cutting it. Okay, this Nerf blaster looks like a sniper rifle, but now it shoots like one, and I can go make a song about that. But I'm pretty fucking hard-headed sometimes. So I guess I needed to dig myself deeper away from my goals to see that. But my music started being based off of music. And there's only so far you can go with that. Another thing I noticed, it was real easy for people, well, it's slowly becoming easier for people to misunderstand me. And that made me think about something important. It was something that my dad told me, and I didn't know why it sat in my head for so long, but I always remember it. I will never forget him saying this. You could lie to the world, but don't lie to yourself. You know? You could lie to the world, don't lie to yourself. So I'm lying to myself. I want people to understand me. I'm not even understanding me. So how could they? How could they even, right? Right. Oh yeah, that's what I was getting to. You know, sometimes you run into people and they're on bullshit. It feels good to lie to them. It does. You're not finna block my blessing. You're not finna block my blessing. So yeah, sometimes you do have to lie to people, but at the end of the day, what you want to do in here, you can't lie to yourself about that. Right. So we get into quarantine, and I have completely lost my sense of self. There is no direction to me. So I'm just wherever anyone, whoever pulls the hardest on the tug of rope is me. That's wherever I am. Whoever wants to hang out. And it's like, alright, some of these people they're trying to finesse, trying to scam, you know? But I'm asking for that. Because I didn't give myself a direction to begin with, you know? Quarantine really made me want to self delete after a little bit. And it wasn't until I revisited my goals that I didn't really feel like I had a purpose again. This video is coming at an important time. I just finished a job. And this job took me 3 years to do because I gave up on my dream and then tried to return to it. But I bit off more than I could chew. Way. I instead of trying to walk, then run, then leap, flip, whatever, I went straight, jumped. First thing I could think to do, I did a commission. And when I tell you I accepted this job and I didn't have a tool to my name, I didn't have a single tool. The workshop I have now, I built around this job. Of course, you work on something for 3 years, you're gonna start to resent certain things about it. I did. It wasn't the buyer's fault. It wasn't the idea. It was a great idea. Thought it was a dope ass idea. But I resented it because it wasn't as good as I would have liked it to be. For a long time, I had to budget decisions. I would go out and work just to come back, take the check, put it into materials to do this project, and I would make so many mistakes that I became Nerf fucking Sisyphus. Just buying shit to fix shit, to accidentally break shit because I don't fully know what I'm doing yet, to go buy more shit to fix what I broke. Like there's hustling backwards, and then there's the infinite loop of hustling, and it's ass. So I didn't hate the project, but I hated the way I went about it. And I can't help but think, maybe when I was 16 and I first started thinking about shit like the black market, I probably wouldn't be here. I started small with a few fucking flips, then maybe get into designing some pieces and shit. I wouldn't have to do any of that. But I shut myself down. Now I have to eat that 5 years. So yeah, I kept working on the project because it was it was something that I actually wanted to fucking do. There's all this, there's you grow up and you hear sometimes you're gonna have to do things you don't want to do. That's fine. This is the one thing for a long time that I actually wanted to do to move me in this direction. It's a sport. I'll do more commissions eventually. Not now. I want to practice more. Make sure the next job doesn't take 3 fucking years. But man, I let a few. I listened. Well, no, I didn't. I didn't let. It's my fault. It's my fault. So, well, no, I did let. I did let. Because what they're saying is 2 cents at the end of the day. 2 cents don't pay for shit. People could tell you. People in high school told me, what? Why? Whoever I told, you wanna fuck with Nerf guns? What the fuck? Why? 5 years. And then I go on Etsy nowadays, and it's like, see all these guys with ideas that I've had before making bank. Look at the reviews. 50, 60, 70 positive reviews. This product's amazing. And I think, wow, these guys are probably taking their family on vacation. You know? So I guess I say all this to say your goals. Don't let go of them. Don't be me. I feel like whatever you want to do, go out there and fucking do it. People could say all the bullshit they want. Let them. That's what I do now. Just let them talk. You ain't stopping shit. I had this real crazy problem, still do sometimes, with jealousy. Like, if I notice someone being jealous of me, like I used to just freeze up. Like, oh no, I don't want that. Don't be jealous of me. I'm like you, bro. Fuck that. I know what I did to get here. Not to be like Riley or anything, but shit. Sometimes they're hating because you're great. I'd rather have my haters smiling than cringing. But but I'm back here because I finally finished the project. And I'm finally starting to feel like myself again. And now I have to promise to myself that this won't end here, you know? Not only that, all of my ideas now, a lot of them, they're copyrighted. Other people have them. A lot of the old shit I used to think about, someone's already 3D printed it and posted it somewhere in Discord or Thingiverse or Etsy. So now I gotta go harder. And I will. So I just wanted to talk to y'all about not being yourself. Don't do it. Why? To make other people happy? They don't give a fuck. It's your life. It's your life. And honestly, if you got a goal and you feel like, man, that's crazy, man, that'll never work. You should go that extra mile to fucking do it. Like right now, stop watching the video, bro. If you ain't gotta be here, don't be here. If what I'm saying here, you already know this shit, this video's not for you. But this video is for the insecure people. The people who actually listened when folks told them, you know, that might not work. And it's my fault. I'm not blaming them. It's my fault. It's all my fault. Don't blame other people for your shit either. It takes the power away. It's my fault. That's all I wanted to talk about. There, signing out. Because that's a slip. My nose. Ugh. Stay in there.